I got a brave heart. I ain't scared of you, boy, I got a brave heart. I work hard every day so I can play hard. I go hard every day into the graveyard and keep a brave heart. Boy, I got a brave heart. I ain't scared of you, no, I got a brave heart. I work hard every day so I can play hard. I go hard every day into the graveyard and keep a brave heart. We about to break off. This for my amigos. Swallow all that pride down and chase it with your ego. The war is on the inside, it's good versus evil. I speak for the people, I handcrafted each flow, made in the ether. These songs are my ethos. Give me my Ethereum and I can show you beast mode. I'm living out the dream, nothing you should sleep on. Haters trash talk, but I'm not the one to speak on. Recognize that I specialize, I'm a specialist. Set for life, better get prepared, we were set for this. Better exit out right now is your exodus, and you'll be right there in the place that I left you in. I've been through a war zone, purple-hearted veteran. This'll be a massacre, my face with the leather skin. We can go on.
Good morning, traders. Today is March 27th, 2026. This video is about real people, real traders, real people that have served our communities, real people that have served our country, real people that the prop firms are trying to ban. They're trying to ban real people, and enough is enough. The prop firms are lying at times. The prop firms are not doing their due diligence. The prop firms are making choices that are bad. It is important to understand that real people are being affected by decisions that are not accurate. They are slamming, they are defaming. And I'm not talking about one prop firm at all, because the prop firm that filed bankruptcy and left everyone else out to dry and ruined families for thousands and thousands of people should be held accountable. But when you start to pick and choose who you want on the books, friends and family, those who can actually trade, those who have served our country, those who have served our communities, watch. You're going to find out who I am as a person. I have been proven. I am vetted. I have been challenged. And I have survived. I have been vetted and banned, rebanned, limited, stepped on, kicked out of discords for speaking the truth, silenced in discords for speaking the truth. Real people, real lives. Let's get it. Watch the whole video. Please watch the whole video, like and share. Show these prop firms who they're actually banning. They come up with this guru bullshit and fakes and fraudulence, scammers and schemers. Let's get it. I want you to listen to this. This is part of my life. Not my entire life, but a part of my life. This is a Medal of Merit. I got this from the Phoenix Police Department, a Medal of Merit. And here's the story.
Officer Richard Walden is here cited for meritorious service. On October 14th, 1995, Officer Walden and another officer, while on bicycle patrol, noticed a birthday party attended by approximately 30 small children and 15 to 20 adults. Across the street were 8 adults and other small children standing in front of the apartment complex. Officer Walden noticed an adult male walking on the south side of the street with what appeared to be an assault rifle. The suspect walked past the party at the apartment complex. The citizens became alarmed when they saw the weapon and began to move inside approximately 15 minutes earlier. The officers had heard what sounded like high-powered rifle rounds going off in the area to the south and were concerned that this was the suspect from those shots. The suspect was walking in a deliberate manner with the weapon held outward in the ready position. As he walked, he covered the crowd and passing vehicles with the weapon as though he was looking for someone and was ready to fire. Without cover, both officers ran towards the subject with his back turned. As they approached within 5 feet of him, he turned and faced them with the barrel raised towards them. Realizing that this weapon would readily defeat their vests, and that a gunfight would be too hazardous with the citizens in such a close proximity, the officers kicked at the rifle, knocking the muzzle down. Officer Walden attempted to knock the suspect down, but he still did not release the rifle. The other officer, slapped the rifle away, but the suspect would not drop the gun. A second kick to the gun by the officers dislodged the rifle, and the suspect was taken into custody. Officer Walden's quick action and firearms discipline avoided a very serious incident without injuring anyone. His actions are in keeping with the highest standards and traditions of the Phoenix Police Department.
That's just one incident. I've been in many, many, many incidents. Fought for my life. A second kick. You know, I was heavily in martial arts and fought in tournaments, fought in the police Olympics. Didn't lose in the police Olympics ever. Never in the loser's bracket. I got kicked in the groin and the guy was disqualified. He was losing the fight, and he kicked me in the groin, which was illegal, and put me out, put me down, and I was in the winner's bracket, and I couldn't fight the winner out of the loser's bracket coming back up. So I ended up having to forfeit my last fight because of the actions of some asshole kicking me in the groin and putting me out. So it is what it is. So once again, real people, real lives. The prop firms are denying, targeting real traders, real people, people that have served our communities, and it's not right. Let's get to the next one. There's a middle of merit subject with the knife.
Officer Richard Walden is herewith cited for meritorious service. On October 1st, 1994, Officer Walden and two other officers responded to a call of an attempted homicide. When they arrived, they found the subject on the victim's back, stabbing him repeatedly. Officer Walden and the other officer approached the suspect at gunpoint. The subject leaped up off the victim and began approaching the officers with an 8-inch knife in his hand held over his head, poised to strike. The subject continued to approach the officers. Despite their demands for him to drop the knife, the officers continued to tactfully retreat from the oncoming suspect, where he began slashing with the knife from side to side in a menacing manner. Although the officers had their weapons drawn, they chose not to shoot due to the large crowd that had gathered, including small children, some of which were behind the suspect directly in the officers' line of fire. Due to the safety considerations of these innocent citizens, these officers maintained outstanding firearms discipline and continued to tactfully retreat after the subject had backed up the officers approximately 75 feet. He raised the knife as if he was going to throw it at the officers, then finally dropped it and was apprehended without further incident. Officer Walden placed his own safety in jeopardy to maintain firearms discipline and avoid injuring a violent person. His actions are in keeping with the highest standards and traditions of the Phoenix Police Department.
This one here really affected me. And why? He had already stabbed, I think, 3 or 4 people. I didn't know that when I was the first one on the scene in the projects. And he had already stabbed 4 different people. And I didn't know that. A little kid came up to me and said, "Officer, he's stabbing him, he's stabbing him, he's stabbing him." And when I came around the corner, this individual, it looked like he was rabbit punching somebody so aggressively. He actually stabbed the victim 17 times and inadvertently stabbed himself, missing the victim, stabbing himself twice in the stomach. When I identified myself and gave him a few choice fucking words, he raised up and he looked like the guy in Jason, the movie Jason. Blood everywhere, long knife, coming at me aggressively. I had him. I was going to stop the threat. I saw the children behind him in the projects. In the projects, everyone's outside wanting to see everything. They're not scared of anything. This is what they see every day, every night. I couldn't shoot. I could not think. We had 9mm rounds at the time. And the 9mm were going through the suspects and continuing to travel. That's why they went to 40 caliber weapons, 40 and 45 caliber weapons. But we were issued 9mm Glocks at the time. And the rounds were not, they had good impact, but they would continue. So they were in the process of switching. And knowing that and having in the back of my mind, I could not see myself taking the suspect out and injuring a small child who's just starting to live in our world. I actually put my own life in jeopardy to save the children. And when the suspect, finally when the other officers arrived, we were able to basically be in like a triangle, right? We had a triangle and we were trying to move the crowd so we can actually get a shot off. We stopped the threat and we didn't want him to take someone hostage. Right? There was kids everywhere. We could not disperse the crowd. They were all over. They were like surrounding us, right? Inside the projects. And the guy was so aggressive, he took the knife, the butt of the handle, and was banging his head, telling us to kill him. Kill me, kill me, kill me. Right? And walking towards us, kill me, kill me. He wanted to die, suicide by cop. He then took the knife around and he had the blade in his hand, full of blood. After stabbing 3 or 4 people already and stabbing the one guy 17 times and inadvertently stabbing himself in the stomach. He was so aggressive. And he had so much blood on that knife. When he went back to throw it, he was done. He was done. The threat was going to be stopped. And when he went back aggressively and he just started to come forward, the knife slipped out of his hand and his life was spared. That's real. That's who these prop firms are banning. Real people. Real people that have served our country, served our communities. And because we have a skill, because we are dedicated, because we have integrity, because we have the dedication, integrity, honor, Respect. They are targeting people. And then you have these fake ass gurus come on here that think that they lived already, think that they're doing great to the society as they scam and scheme everyone. And these affiliates sleeping with the prop firms in general, basically attacking real people. That's not okay. That's not okay. Jesse W. not having a spine, supporting traders, being on the side of the prop firms because he's getting paid by affiliates. Big Daddy Max doing his little computer issues, not allowing real traders, real people such as myself to speak inside of a Discord that Take Profit Trader invited us to. It's not okay. Let's get into the next one. Medal of Life Saving.
Officer Richard Walden is herewith cited for life-saving service on August 27, 1995. Officer Walden and another officer were on patrol working the Safe Streets unit. As they were crossing over a bridge, they noticed two people against the handrail. They observed two individuals struggling. As the officers stopped their car, one of the subjects started to climb the handrail, and the other tried to stop her. The officers jumped out of their car. The officers jumped out of their patrol car, ran over to the edge of the road, and jumped the concrete barrier that separated the sidewalk handrail area from the roadway. As they ran up to the person climbing the handrail, she managed to get to the top of the rail and was starting to jump off onto the rocks that were approximately 50 feet below. Both officers grabbed her and pulled her to safety. Upon talking with the 15-year-old subject, the officers found her to be despondent. Over family problems, Officer Walden's quick and decisive actions. PR. Event this emotionally distraught young woman from committing suicide. His actions are keeping with the highest standards and traditions of the Phoenix Police Department.
This 15-year-old girl was going through some problems. We didn't know that at the time. She was already over that rail. She was on the other side of that bridge. Down below, basically 5 stories, no water, just river rock. That's it. When I ran as fast as I could, leaped over a barrier, and as she was moving, leaning forward, within a split second, I was able to grab her. And the weight of her pulled me halfway over that railing with my knees stuck on the other side. My partner at the time also had a hold of her and had a hold of my legs. So, in a sense, he helped save me also, right? Hindsight. But that's a day in the life of a real person. That's the day in the life of a trader. It's not fancy cars. It's not luxury boats. It's not showing you cash. It's real people. Real people, real trading. As you can see here, some of these photographs. This is the photograph of my patrol car one night. We were not liked. It's okay. We showed up. We helped the community. We were there. They had no one else to call upon. They had no one else to call but us. Here's another photo. Fighting for my life one night. For those that understand weapons and holsters, this is a Bianca holster. You can see how it's torn right here. This person in the projects grabbed with both hands trying to rip my gun out from my holster. He was tugging on it so hard, the barrel of the gun ripped the inside of the holster and went into my hip. All I had was my right hand as he had 2 hands on my gun. And I was giving it to him. And I was giving it to him. I was justified in shooting him and stopping the threat. I was justified in stopping the threat. His life was spared. This is a real life of a trader, a real trader. It's not always like this, but it can be. I had nice things in life too, right? We all have nice things, but they're shallow, right? They're just shallow. They can be replaced within a moment's time, right? I've always done things. I've always studied hard. And I've always practiced to the best of my ability. Traders, you have to really understand. In addition to that, I was also ran over by a car on duty. I understand what the officers and what ICE and what all of these people are going through. This is my injury from being ran over on duty. Also, I have seen many, many bodies, death, officer shootings. Too much to explain. Good times, not so good times. Funerals. But I'll tell you one story, which is pretty cool. But let me show you this here Officer of the Month, again, more rewards. December 1995, Officer of the Month. September 1995, Officer of the Month. And another one, April 1992, Officer of the Month. Now, mind you, here's one here, Expert Pistol, May 5th, or May 1994. Now, officers are supposed to do their job. These medals, the Officer of the Months, commendations, that boys, all these letters, they don't give those to everyone. We're supposed to do our job, right? There are a lot of things that we've done, lots of things that we've done that it was part of our job, right? It's part of our job. There are some people, some officers that go their entire career and never receive a medal of valor, medal of merit. I had my partners shot, losing their legs. I could show you a squad. Everyone's been involved in a shooting or been shot. Some type of involvement. Hundreds and hundreds of dead bodies. Hundreds of homicides. Shootings every night. And the prop firms are banning real people. Real people. Share and like this video. Share it to these prop firms so they understand that you, as a real person, as someone who's trying to make it in life, doesn't get banned also. Who do you want to lead? Who do you want to follow? Do you want to follow someone fake or do you want to follow someone real? It's your choice. I don't bullshit and I have integrity. But when I do something, I do it top notch. If you want the top notch mentorship, number one mentorship, and I can back it up, come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com. But I'm going to leave you here with a story, right? Here's a photo of my car. Actually, let me see here. Here's a photo of my car being shot out. The window is shot out one night. I got on. Hey, my window was shot out. 7th Street in Rozier. My boss gets there. Looked like Clint Eastwood back in the day, right? Talk just like Clint Eastwood. If you ever knew Clint Eastwood, if you don't, look him up. Just like Clint Eastwood. Walden, what the fuck's going on? I said, boss, my car just got shot out. He goes, how fast were you going? Because I laid some fucking skid. I was going to a shooting, on my way to a shooting, and I was hauling ass, trying to get there. First in, last out type of person, right? First in, last out. Not first to answer, last to show up, right? Right? So I'm hauling ass, trying to get there. All of a sudden, my window. And what happened was, my window was shot out. He goes, that's a fucking rock. Get in the garage. Go get another car. Get out. We're fucking busy. Okay. So the next night before briefing, he goes, hey, Walden, you need a pair of fucking underwear? You had to have thick skin, right? You had to have thick skin working in the South Side in the gang. You had to have thick skin, right? Hey, you need your fucking underwear changed? You shit your pants last night, right? That's how we talked, right? So he said it was a rock, right? Which wasn't a rock. It was a round. All of a sudden, he's driving southbound from 7th Street in Rozier. He gets on the radio. What are you doing, John? What? I think I got hit by a rock. You got hit by a rock? What's your location? 7th Street in Rozier. I think I got hit by a rock. I get there. He's on the corner. He's out of his car and he's holding his chest. I said, what happened, boss? I think I got hit by a rock. He said, you think you got hit by a rock? I said, was your window down? He says, yeah, my window was down. Because we drive with our windows down in the neighborhood so we can hear the rounds going off in what direction, right? So I looked in his floorboard of his car, a 7.62 round in the floorboard of his car. He got hit by a big round, like from an AK-47, a 7.62 round. It slapped him in the chest. He's lucky to be alive. He was holding his chest and said, hey, boss, come over here. He looked. He turned pale fucking white. Ambulance came. He's in the ambulance and they're putting him on the gurney and all that stuff. Closed the door. I said, whoa, wait. Open the doors. I said, hey, boss. He goes, what do you want? I said, hey, boss, you want them fucking underwear back? He grabbed his clipboard. He goes, fuck you, Walden. And he threw his clipboard. I'm going to the hospital. I was shot. That's how it is. That's just how it is, right? And that's facts. Those are facts. We don't bullshit here at Breathing with the Markets, man. We don't fucking bullshit. And we're tired of all the fakes, right? We're tired of all the fakes. I have traders. I train traders and mentor those traders how to see the market objectively, right? From my background, my history, if there isn't any evidence, it doesn't fucking exist, man. It doesn't exist. That's why I approach the market in an objective way, right? But you have all of these gurus that don't know how to trade and they scam and scheme. There are prop firms, in my honest opinion, in my evidence that in me being attacked, they're actually going after, whether they know it or not know it, after real people and real traders. And it's not okay. That's what made me post this video today. I hope you understand where I'm coming from, right? If you called me, I would help you, right? That's just who I am as a person. And in my file, I've never, ever had anything negative in my work file. ever. That's golden. I am who I say I am. And I can do what I say I can do. Come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I will teach you one-on-one. I wish you well, traders. Have a good day. Peace.